Ikram Aliskerov just reminded everyone why he's a serious threat at middleweight. Coming off a short-notice loss to Robert Whittaker, Ikram came out firing and stopped André Muniz with a vicious TKO in the first round.
It's a long time I prepared for this guy. We started 1 year ago, 3 times I prepared this guy. Long time I wait this fight. But also I wait 10 months not have fight. I'll be very, very hungry. But if actually I want fight three rounds, but it's my 4 fights, all fights I like finishes like 4 first round. But this time I want to say I feel 3 rounds, like today when we make prepare in the fight in locker room, my friends tell me 3 years ago we last time fight three rounds, I missed fight 3 rounds, but first we go, this is finish, win fight, we do this. For me, it doesn't matter which opponent, but all the time manager call me, say, hey, the same guy need fight. But last time he was very terrible, we go in Saudi Arabia, almost cut weight. 3 days before fight, he called me, he can't come in Saudi Arabia, and after we need to take rest, make new visa, and after start Ramadan. If you know about Ramadan, so you can't go training. But now we see I prepare good, I win this fight. But now I wanna come back very soon, maybe this June also I'll be ready. When I lose in last Robert Whittaker, his will be very different time, because I prepare other fight in Las Vegas, I almost make weight, and UFC call me, I need to go this Saudi Arabia. I say, hey, 1 week before fight, how I can go? It's long far, and I feel jet lag. But UFC ask me, if ask UFC, I say yes, doesn't matter, I'll be ready and I go with this fight. But I want a rematch with Robert Whittaker, but this time and with a very good camp.
Belal Muhammad called it a big bounce back, while Alan Jouban praised Ikram's raw power. But the fireworks didn't stop there. Randy Brown made history tonight, and he made it look easy. Brown became the first man ever to finish Nicolas Dalby, knocking him out with a crisp right hand in round 2.
I feel great, man. I'm elated. I'm excited, and doing stuff that I know I could always do, things that I do in the gym, just putting it all together. That's it. So I feel good. Maintenance, maintain what you're doing, refocus. Flash knockdown, bounce back. He told me I lost that round, so go out there. He stole it at the end with that, so he said go out there and get him out of there. So that's what I did. He's a dog, man. I expect nothing less from Dalby. A ton of respect for him. Shout out to him. I expected nothing less. I was in a fight, and that's exactly what I expected from him. So that's it. A little bit, but at the end of the day, it's all gamesmanship, playing the game. You know what I mean? He's just trying to get the ref to jump on that, just in case that does happen. He can be ahead of the ball on taking points or whatever. He's giving himself any chance that he could get to win. You know what I mean? And I'm not blaming him. He needs every advantage he could have gotten in there, but it didn't work out. I just got to be undeniable, man. I'm pride myself in just being undeniable and getting better every day. And
Belal Muhammad even compared Randy's striking to Max Holloway's. Meanwhile, another fighter made headlines for a completely different reason. Abus Magomedov played spoiler to Michel Pereira's Kansas City showcase. In a tactical battle, Abus shut down Pereira's flashy attacks and cruised to a unanimous decision win.
I think I did a good job. Of course, after the fight, you're always thinking like you can do something better, but in the end, I'm happy. It was really difficult to find someone who a little bit can simulate his style, because he's unorthodox. You never know what's coming next. We was trying to simulate him, how it's possible, how it works, but in the end, we did good job. Like I said, I'm happy. It was like close the distance, because he's some fighter who need like distance to make crazy stuff. I was trying to catch the distance, to don't let him work how he's usually work. In the end, it works. I wanna come to top 15, and then my goal is to bring UFC back to Germany, with some top 15 opponent. I think it's possible. We have couple fighters in Germany, like coming up fighters who like young talented fighters. I hope Dana will come to Germany and we can do one big show there. Yeah, because in Germany it's also MMA is growing up. We can make like some stadiums like today, easy, full. That's why I think it's gonna be also good for Germany's MMA. You know, that's the young generation can see, and yeah, that's the goal.
But it wasn't just decisions in Kansas City. David Onama put on a career-defining performance in front of his home crowd. Fighting in Kansas City, Onama beat Giga Chikadze by unanimous decision, showing composure and relentless pressure.
Oh man, it feels so much. Like I said earlier, this is like one of the biggest moments in my career. You know, fighting inside of my hometown, Kansas City, Missouri. It just means a lot to me, man. Fighting here, getting ranked, you know, in front of my friends, family, and the fans. You know, it's a big moment for me. Yeah, I was calm and collected. Like I was prepared for this fight. Like the whole camp. Like I knew what I was getting myself into. And yeah, I was prepared for everything, you know, even like in front of the fans, my family and everybody. I was just composed and just prepared for this battle, you know. First round, I was just kind of trying to work up a little bit. And then second round, my coach was like, yo, wake your feet up a little bit, put a little more pressure on them, because the first one was a little close round. So it just made a little adjustment, like just put more pressure on him and, you know, check the kicks and all that, you know, and stay more composed. So yeah, you know, I've been here before. Like I fought a lot of guys like Giga style. I was prepared for the battle. You know, like I said, I'm not worried about the name. I'm worried about who's in front of me. So I didn't really like care much about who was in front of me. You know, I don't care about the name. I'm fighting who's in front of me, and that's all that matters tonight. I train one of the best guys in the world, best gym, Factor X. You know, like guys like, you know, Yusuf Zalal, ranked number 13 now. You know. It means a lot training with those guys. You know, I am who I am today because of these people. You know, like I said, I train with one of the best guys, you know, in the world, in the best gym.
Even Kamaru Usman gave a nod to Onama, calling it a quality win. But the co-main event left the biggest mark of the night. The co-main event ended a UFC veteran's long career, and it wasn't pretty. Zhang Mingyang blasted Anthony Smith with a first-round TKO, extending his insane stoppage streak to 12. Smith retired moments later.
Yeah, the reason why I say I'm a little surprised and exciting when I received the name Anthony Smith for my upcoming fight, before this fight, because first of all, I respect Anthony a lot. Yeah, he's a guy that I look up his whole career. The other reason is not a lot of people in this division would take the fight to fight against me, so that's why I feel like surprised and also exciting when Anthony took this fight. Yeah, because of this Anthony's retirement fight, yeah, it definitely made my thought a little bit complicated during the whole week, because it's also struggle in my mind that, of course, I want this win, but how should I beat him? Yeah, to also give him a good retirement fight. But eventually, I figured out that we are all fighters, we are all warriors. What I can do to show him my most respect is to try my best. Do my best, give my everything in the octagon to beat him. That is how I can show my best to him. I think for my next fights or next couple fights, the fight is gonna be harder and harder and harder. But that is what I want and what I like. I like those challenging fights because this is how where my motivation is and how I improve myself. So I just want myself to be getting better and better through a fight by fight. And I think from next week, I will be the top 15 in this division.
From Conor McGregor to Glover Teixeira, the entire MMA community weighed in on Smith's emotional farewell. But the main event nearly flipped the entire arena upside down. Ian Garry survived a heart-stopping final minute to keep his unbeaten UFC run alive. Carlos Prates nearly pulled off a late upset with brutal ground and pound, but Garry held on to win a unanimous decision.
This is what's next to me. 21 days notice against Shavkat, 25 days notice against this man tonight, Carlone. He's a beast. Well, in 2 weeks' time, I'm flying to Canada. I'm the official backup for the world title fight, and I'm next in line for that world title.
Derek Brunson joked that Prates is gonna need a cigarette after that war, while even Conor McGregor praised the scrap. And that's your full UFC Kansas City wrap-up. What a night. For daily MMA news and updates, hit subscribe and ring the bell. See you all next time.